So justice, we're going to talk about justice because ultimately justice as is in we're talking about the highest justice, the justice of the laws of God, of the office of Elohim, right? These are written in the existence field, in material, physical reality, in what you breathe, in the water you drink, in the fluids in your body. Okay, and the love of God, people go about love, is equal to the justice of God and the righteousness of God. And see, you would think, a group that is not done what it's supposed to have done when Jesus returns, when the person with the idea of Samion and Che Uranus appears, and then is doing all this theft and shit, and trying to put out and control, make an Igor in their house of idols. Look, you suckers, you belong. Okay, no, that isn't. That's your social justice is criminal activity. Okay, that's all it is. That's all it is. It's evil. It's criminal. Okay. And you're without excuse because even in Revelation when that's Jesus dividing the sheep and the goats, he ain't saying that. He ain't asking. He's saying you lawless people. It's about lawlessness, and we're getting down to what the law really is written in the existence field at the point of the spear, sucker. All right, you don't. The Lord God, Yahweh, Yahweh, he he wouldn't let a person be in the office of Elohim if he didn't have the wherewithal, tools, methods, means to totally and completely just decimate and dominate. So there won't be any mercy. And it's not because none was extended, because I never asked for any. Just what is just and what is right, and you know what is right, and it's per the contract, it's everything now. At this point, y'all lost it all. Those people and the people that are with America set aside, and because I know, see, that is the Obama thing. They got into this social justice shit where they perverted justice. Well, their idea of justice was being fair, which they fair wasn't the actual trade. It was fair as an equal division. They were just changing the definitions, not changing in their own heads, not what's actually written. They became insane. They started to believe that they didn't exist in existence. Certain fundamental things in their thinking, they're foundational. This is the way their mind operates. They allowed their emotions or whatever, some kind of, that was really approbation, yeah. That's how the emotions, they use the emotions to get in power, lust, and approbation. And, greed and power, lust. That's basically the two main things that are pretty much behind everything. As one part of the human being condition. So, that's just what it is. And, your people were taught better. I keep on getting this from all seen Aphis Oracle, talking about grandparents, and that kind of made sense to me. That okay, it's really the energy of they built this with this criminal stuff involved to make it about social justice, right? It started off as one thing, and then it just kept growing. But no, there's nobody with the excuse. Period. Like nobody, or definitely not with the excuse on any realm. So yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so I don't know what the hell I was talking about, but that's what that justice, right? Righteousness is really what is right and righteous and just. They're the same. That's the love of God. They're not. They're two parts of the. It's the actual laws, or to live within the bounds that Kodashim. Yeah, I guess that the designated use. Yeah, that works. And then outside is not as using. Don't do that. Okay. So yeah, it works both on a macro and a micro level. Whether you go to a one or many. So yeah, that's so it's within the defined definitions of true justice and righteousness. Right. People are not got their foundational thinking not because they were trying to do hope and change. Oh, that's what happened with the hope and change. Yeah. And hoping it was getting people out of the logical thing, and then it was hope was what because that's whatever, and they never really defined it, and then they went off on the social justice shit. Bunch of nonsense. We're getting some sanity back to the world. So we've got Armageddon, basically whatever's going on, the Gog Magog. That's prophetic stuff with those energies and the princes of Persia and whatnot. But they just people get their shit straight over there. Then it doesn't should why it's just relatively just peaceful transition. Come on, man. Anyway, I'm not gonna worry about it. It's not, if the Lord wants to get me involved, he'll let me know. If he doesn't,